the NoseFrida. Every expecting parent's nightmare, but a dream come true for every parent with a congested newborn. So if you want to know how this works and how we got over our fear of using it, make sure you stick with me to the end. Hey, I'm Dan, and welcome to Parent Pacifier, where my wife Amanda and I help save you time and headaches with parenting tip videos and baby product reviews just like this one. So if you're new here, consider subscribing and hitting that bell icon so that you never miss a video. With that said, let's get into the NoseFrida and how it works. This is something that I believe every expecting parent looks at and says, there is no way that I am ever using that thing, including my wife and I. We both looked at that and said, we're not even putting that on the registry. Like, we don't want this. And of course, some other wise parents gave it to us at the baby shower, and we had this sitting in the closet for a long time. It was just sitting there amongst everything else till about 4 months in, when our son was congested, and we tried everything we possibly could, did everything the doctor said to do, everything to avoid using this, and it was 3, 4 in the morning. He was not waking, he was not getting to sleep, he was crying and stuffy, and we said, forget it, we are trying this. I remember going in and being like, oh boy, okay, here we go, like, how does it work? So here is how it works, and this is how we had to learn on the spot. The NoseFrida is essentially 3 parts. You have this straw, or it's a little more than 3 parts, but you have this straw, this little mouth spout right here. You have this tube that does all of the work sucking up the snot. And the most important part, this is the part that can cover everybody's fears about any snot ever coming up and reaching your mouth, is that there's this little filter right in here. You see that filter right there? We got it to focus. Cool. This filter right here, that is what saves anything from getting to your mouth. In reality, it hardly ever reaches this spot on the NoseFrida, but this filter right here should cover all of your fears about using it, because this thing actually keeps anything from coming in. And like I said, it rarely ever even touches this. This filter is interchangeable. We actually recommend, I'll get to that at the end, getting replacement filters. You could replace these as often as you want. If you think anything touched it, you could replace it. Actually, we recommend replacing it anytime anything touches it. Any kind of water, liquid, you clean it out, gets wet, just replace it. We put links in the description and show notes below that you could check out for the NoseFrida and all the replacements and the saline spray and all of that. All right, so it connects together like this. You have these parts. You could get the kit that comes with the saline spray. We recommend using the saline spray first because it helps loosen up anything that's in there. It's natural. It's pretty much just salt water, whatever. Natural mist. This is good to kind of help break up a lot of that inside of the nose before you use this NoseFrida. Now, you don't have to. You could use the NoseFrida without it. We found it helps a little bit. So we would spray in here about a minute or so before actually sucking it up. Unless it's pouring out of their nose, then this is super easy. Now, our son is not sick nor congested right at the moment, so I can't really demonstrate it for you on him, but I'll show you basically how it works, okay? What you want to do is take this tip right here, and you want to put that right onto one of the baby's nostrils, right, where it completely covers the nostril. Then you put this part in your mouth, and you suck in. You don't want to, like, overly suck, like, right? They're gonna start crying and freak out. You want to try to couple of different times where you want to suck in, and it'll pull that out fairly quickly, actually way faster than those little syringes that you try to use that you sit there for hours trying to get it out. It doesn't come out, right? That's why this works. Then you go into the next nostril. You'll start to see it fill up. You start to see it fill up inside of here, and in reality, it rarely ever gets beyond here in the middle. Rarely ever. I've actually never seen it in our time of using it. Our son is over a year old, a year and 3 months or so, and I've never seen it get past this point. I've never, and you can hear him crying in the background too. He sees this and is like, no, right? They don't love it, but they love what happens after it, and we do too, because we could actually get some sleep, they could rest, they could breathe, even if it's just momentarily. That's basically how this works. We recommend, like we said, along with this and along with the filters. You can get replacement filters. They look like this. little holes, and you just push out the filter, just like this. You can pull the filter out right here. You can see we've used a lot of these. This is not our... This box actually comes with a number of them. There's more in here. And so it's worth it. We'll have links for this below. To always have these on hand, because you never know if your baby is not congested, not sick for a while. Like going throughout all the summer, baby's been fine. Now it's winter, fall and winter months. Clearly it's going to happen at some point. Best to have them on hand with the saline spray and with your NoseFrida. Now, power tip, if you're a couple, husband and wife, you should probably have 2 of these. Now, we had one to start with because, again, we didn't want to actually get the NoseFrida. We had no plan for it. We were gifted it, and we're really thankful for it at this point. But we recommend 2 of these because Amanda and I both got sick back in February, and we didn't want to actually keep cross-contaminating ourselves with both of us getting our sicknesses. So we bought 2 of these, and we labeled whose was whose. This was just so that when we're sick, we could still do it, right? We could still clear out his nose and it'd be cool. So that is why we recommend you getting 2 of these. And hey, if anybody's watching your baby, I know they might not want to use it, but you should probably, like if you have a babysitter or something and your baby's congested and they're willing to do it, get them a NoseFrida. It makes life easy. Your baby's already used to it at that point. And you could have it. We've done that before. It's helpful to have it there because if they're watching the baby, let's say overnight and they're congested, they may need to use this too. And actually, we talked to a doctor once who told us that they saw, like, I think a nurse from Russia at one point, older nurse, actually go up to a baby and just suck out the snot from their nose, their mouth, right? Like, this is something that's done across the world, and so it's not actually as gross as that. Like, that's pretty gross. You actually are kept safe. Like I said, no snot really reaches here. If it does reach here, you're blocked. It's not going to make it all the way up here. It does not come out that fast. It's not like water where you would suck up water in a straw. It's a little thicker, and you're safe doing that. I'd love to know, what questions do you have about the NoseFrida or just about a congested baby? Let me know in the comments below. We also recommend boogie wipes. That are these little wipes here. I'll put a link in the description for the boogie wipes. Those are good just because they got saline on them. You could wipe the nose in the morning or after you use the NoseFrida to clear it out. Just gives a little extra saline and keeps the nose moist and wet. But hey, we've got another video all about 10 tips on how to help your congested baby. You can check that out right here, or another video from Parent Pacifier right there. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.